What's good, YouTube, man? We back in once again. My official preview and predictions for the Clash at the Castle pay-per-view. It's a week before today, this Saturday, so I wanted to go ahead and pretty much give my picks. I feel like the card's pretty much finalized, so I ain't gonna waste any time. I'm gonna get straight into it, man. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles 2 in an I Quit match for the WWE Championship. You know, AJ Styles was able to get what he want, man. Pulls up Mark Henry, fakes his retirement, attacks Cody, and gets this match. You know, their match at Backlash was really good, so I'm expecting this I Quit match to be probably just as good as their match at Backlash. I do think, though, Cody will overcome the odds again. I do think Cody Rhodes will retain the WWE Championship, but me personally, I don't think this match is going to main event the show. So I feel like if you want to get the crowd up, hopping and popping, I feel like this is the match you open up with. You know, I feel like this opens up the show, and the World Heavyweight title closes the show. But I'll get more into that in the video. But I got Cody Rhodes retaining this title here. Sammy versus Chad Gable, man. This story, man, between Chad Gable. You can't even really call it just a story. You can call it an obsession. An obsession. This dude, Gable, is obsessed with winning the Intercontinental Championship. From turning his back on Sammy, beating him up in front of his wife, to antagonizing his own teammates, all to get another opportunity to hold the Intercontinental Championship. And, you know, they've been building it, they've been teasing Otis winning the title. I mean, Otis, you know, turning on Chad Gable because after everything Chad Gable's been putting him and the rest of Alpha Academy through these past couple weeks. And the only way, like, I see Sami Zayn winning in a sense is if Otis again causes Chad Gable accidentally or purposely, and you know Sami Zayn is able to win the title. You know, but I do think this could be Chad Gable's moment. I do think Chad Gable's just going to end up winning the Intercontinental Championship in the end. I don't know how specifically he's going to do it, but I do think he's going to end up winning the title. Now, you also have the factor of Chad Gable's contract. You know, people have been talking about his contract expiring with the WWE. I personally think he's going to resign. I don't really see Chad Gable going anywhere. Um, you know, and like especially he's being involved in a big storyline like this, and then he just ends up leaving. You know what I mean? So I got Chad Gable winning this match. I think Chad Gable's going to be the new Intercontinental Champion. Bayley's going to defend her title against Doudrop. This should be a solid one. I think it's going to be truly underrated. You know, it's Piper Niven, I should say. Piper Niven is, you know, getting an opportunity at the title. I think her and Bayley can do some underrated work here. You know, do I think Piper Niven is going to win? No, I think Bayley's going to end up retaining her championship, but I think it's going to be a nice, very solid showing for Piper Niven, and I think this ain't gonna be the last time we see her competing for championship gold. But you know, I feel like the end game is Bayley and Nia at SummerSlam, and this is kind of to get Bayley, in a sense, ready for Nia Jax at SummerSlam. So we'll see how this match goes about. But me personally, I got Bayley retaining her championship. I'll talk about this match next, but first I want to go ahead and talk about the women tag team. Jade and Bianca been having competition, so now they got to defend their titles against Shayna, Zoe, and the holy macaron of Alba Fire and Issa Dawn. Now, Jade and Bianca, they're going to retain the titles here. Like, they're going to dominate. They're going to show these women that this is their tag team division. And, you know, they're going to show them that, hey, you can beat us down consecutively for 2 weeks in a row. You can attack us on Raw. You can attack us on SmackDown. But this is still our tag team division. And they're going to show that when they retain their titles, I think, at the Clash at the Castle. But me personally, I think this is how you close out the show. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, at first on paper, when this match was first announced, my first instinct was like, okay, Drew's winning. Like, Damian won the title at Mania. This is Drew's big moment. They're in Scotland. Drew's winning. Drew's going over. Drew's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And then most likely, if he's ready, you build up to a program with CM Punk. But I feel like they're doing this story where but Drew McIntyre can't stop thinking about CM Punk. You know, you saw on Raw, he got distracted. Damian Priest was able to take advantage. Maybe there's a scenario where Damian Priest is able to take advantage because of a distraction and retain the title. Now, me personally, you could either go that route or Judgment Day gets involved. You know, you still got the shit with Liv Morgan, and it plays into Damian Priest losing his title, or Damian Priest retains his title because CM Punk, one way or another, comes out, screws Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre loses because of CM Punk, and that just continues to in ignite the flame that is this whole CM Punk and Drew McIntyre rivalry. But I would say if I had to pick one, I think Damian Priest might end up retaining the title. Now, if Drew does win, if Drew gets his moment, wins the World Heavyweight title, I'm not mad with it. I'm not mad. I think it'd be a dope moment. But I feel like some way or another, Damian Priest is going to end up retaining his championship, you know. Because then you also got to throw in Gunther. Gunther is challenging for the title. If McIntyre wins, he's probably gonna have to drop the belt to Gunther at SummerSlam. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. Like I said, Clash at the Castle should be a really good show nonetheless, and we'll see what happens, man. So that has been my official predictions for the show, and yeah, that's about it. So.